All right, so today I want to talk to you about our quarantine cabinet over here. Do you remember when we had all of those plants that was over there in that corner and I had to cut them all the way back? Well, let's talk about the update progress that's going on in here. Let's get a little bit closer. All right, let's talk about these mealy bugs. All right, so yesterday I did a spray treatment in here, and I've been doing this probably 2-3 times a week just so I can go ahead and expedite this so I can be done. As you can tell, we still have some mealy bugs going on. Now, the stuff that I'm using, I can also pour into the soil as well. I have not taken advantage of that yet. I just wanted to see if I could do the spraying first. Now, although it does look pretty bad, I will say it looks a lot better than what it used to look. I mean, you get down here, you barely can see anything. They're still here, and I don't feel safe enough to take some of these out. But I will say some of these plants, like we're looking at our Brazil, we can even look at this pothos as well as my one over here, right? A lot of these plants, I don't see mealy bugs on them and they're looking like they are back to normal health. However, I am not going to take that risk because if we have stuff like this going on, they could still very well be spreading. And I want to make sure all of it is at 100% before I start. Now, while these plants are inside of here, I am still giving these plants the care that they need, okay? So, all right, so let's talk a little bit about what we have going on over here and what do I use, what do I recommend, and so forth. When it comes to caring for my plants over there, guys, they still receive the exact care I would give to my healthy plants. You know, overall goal is to make sure that those plants do become back healthy again so I can bring them out to the room. The part is that I still don't know if I ever feel confident in putting them out again. So even after they all get treated, I don't know what I'm going to do with them because that still is my quarantine place. Fortunately enough for me, none of my other plants have been getting sick or they haven't been getting to the point where they need to be moved or in quarantined. So when it comes to the soil that I'm using, I love the Miracle Grow Tropical Potting Mix. Now, the reason why I love this is because it's cheap and I could find it at many stores. Now, another item you could find in, I'm not going to say every single store, but I am going to say you could find this item in most nurseries, is this right here. Black gold. Now, I've even seen this carried at Ace Hardware store. Now, this is liquid gold. You could take this mix right here straight out the bag and do pretty good with just about any philodendron, pothos, let's see what else, Hoyas, and so forth. They would do pretty good with it. Now, just keep in mind that the pothos do like to hold a little bit more moisture in their soil than your philodendrons, but this stuff straight out the bag is good to go. And it's $10. You can, $10 for a bag like this, you really can't beat it because if you go to the store, and this is a perfect example, if you go to the store and you buy this, this is $10, this is what you get. In order to get this mix that's in this bag, you would have to buy a bag of potting mix like this, or this. You would have to get you some orchid potting mix, and then you would have to get all the way up there at the top is my perlite. Do I have some? Boom. Okay, so now you see perlite. So I would have to buy 3 different bags in order to make that mix that's already in that bag. But you look at it, each one of these bags run you between $7 to $8 roughly. So you're looking at between $25 to $30 on your products, right? But that's 3 bags that you're getting, and you're gonna be able to make a mix this size out of these bags at least 2 times. In comparison, you just have this one bag. But this one bag, you don't have to go and buy all those, do all the mixes, and worry if you put too much or too little of the ingredients in there, because this will go ahead and do it for you. Food, plant food, whatever it is. I know you hear me talk about it a lot, guys, but the stuff really works. It took me from me struggling to care for my plants to it looks like I know what I'm doing with my plants. Another thing that I incorporated in this summer was fertilizer. I just went to the store, Home Depot, and bought this, okay? Nothing special about it. I haven't heard people raving and talking about it, but this is the thing. A lot of stuff that we get from the big box stores and so forth, people don't talk about it. And I think people don't talk about it because you want to have, you know, the latest and the coolest and the greatest thing. Now, if you know a product that's really good, put it down there in the comment. I'm not talking about people who've been using a specific thing and they've been getting good results. I'm talking about the people who want to buy the latest and the greatest trend. They don't know what to buy, so they go straight to what's being forced down for you to buy. Sometimes you skip these cheaper products that give your plants the same look. I mean, after all, when you go into these stores and you see these plants, this is the stuff that they're using. The next thing that I would definitely recommend you keep is a automatic water sprayer, or you can have a manual water sprayer. Whatever, however many plants you have, whatever you want to spend, you go from there. Now, the reason why I say that is because you deal with a lot of stuck leaves with plants. Do you know what stuck leaf is? Do you know what stuck leaf is? I actually have one going on right now I could show you. So right here is a prime example of a stuck leaf. What you want to do in this instance, you want to get you a spray bottle and you want to spray your plant. I'm giving a sound effect. I popped this leaf out yesterday, so I'm not going to mess my plant up again. But you want to spray it. Then you get yourself a Q-tip right here. Get some light on over here. Get you a Q-tip, spray the tip, just like this. And what you would do, you would make sure that this leaf that you just sprayed, you let it sit there for about 2 or 3 minutes for it to moisten up and soften up. You would take your Q-tip and you would go through where that leaf is stuck at. For this, the leaf was stuck like this. You would go at the bottom and you would slowly work your way up the bottom part of that leaf all the way up to the top so it separates. So I will start down here. I will work all the way up. And when you get up, it separates. Don't start up here. If you start up here, you're going to break your leaf. Don't do that. You have to start at the bottom of the base and work your way up to separate it, okay? Now, a lot of the times, leaf stucks like this is just due to humidity. It's not the more I can do about it right now unless I run my humidifier. I'm not ready to run my humidifier right now, so this is just what I'm going to have to deal with until I do. I don't get many stuck leaves around here, so 1 to 2 every couple of days. I'm not stressed about it. Now, if I start to come into the room and I do see a lot of plants that the leaves are stuck, well, now I know it's time to crank up that humidifier and get things going. But again, guys, philodendrons, pothos, monsteras, they're really easy going plants. And I feel like I'm bumping a plant over here, and I do apologize, guys. Another thing that I like to make sure you keep on hand, you always need to have you some trimmers on hand, Super Thrive, and definitely some zip tie, okay? You never know what issues you're gonna run into with plants. You go just to give them a routine watering, before you know it, a stem may be leaned over, maybe even a pot busted, or so all kinds of stuff could be going on, okay? So you just want to be prepared for a little bit of everything. And I found out that if you keep those 3 things, definitely these 3 things right here on hand, they really do help. I mean, you can zip tie anything up with this. And what I like about these is that they're Velcro, so you can reuse them over and over again after you cut them. I can't tell you, most of the plants in here are recycled bees. Super Thrive, anytime you do any type of repotting, guys, you just don't want to stress your plant out. You just want to make sure they're successful. I just always keep this in hand. Even if I'll come over here and I'll just be checking and I'll pick up the bottle and the bottle's under halfway done, I get it. I'm telling you, every repot that I've ever done and I've used Super Thrive, my plant has bounced back, or it has continued to grow at a good rate. So I recommend it. I know there's other stuff that's out here, but again, you could just go to your big box store and find this. That's pretty much it. Everything else over here is just tools and stuff that you'll find along the way. Things like pitchers, they of course are great to use. But if you have to use that bottled water or that bottle just until you can get some funds to get your pitchers up for some water, then do what you have to do. But you do want to get you a pitcher. That is going to help out a lot. All right, guys, as always, I hope you was able to learn. Please like, comment, subscribe. Take care.